Hey, oh,
Hey.
hey, Jimmy.
Hello, Pastor Will.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
Good evening.
This is Pastor Will,
And Jimmy.
almost Jimmy,
Yes.
and almost Pastor Will,
Yes.
with the world famous Will and
Jimmy Show.
right here in beautiful, let's start saying Hotel Michelle,
Hey, that's got a good ring to it.
yeah, Hotel California, in beautiful Studio Michelle in downtown Kingsport.
Kingsport. Beautiful Kingsport.
Yep, Tennessee.
Yes. So good evening to
All right.
everybody. That was kind of a slow start.
It was a
but
slow start.
We're just snapping into it. If you all only knew.
Goodness gracious. Are we in Twilight Zone, Jimmy?
It seems that way
Are we,
sometimes.
it seems like we're living in a Twilight Zone.
It sure does.
A time warp or something.
What a day. What a day. Here at the old Shades of Grace.
Yeah, it's just now 1:10 on Tuesday afternoon. But
Feels a whole lot later than
we
1
need
o'clock.
at least an hour or two to decompress to get ready
Yeah,
for this. But
that's
we've
right.
got other obligations
That's right. This
that we
afternoon.
must do it now.
That's right. So we are here with you. Glad to be with you. And sorry, folks. We don't have a special guest tonight.
No,
You're stuck with us.
No. And we're really
Yeah.
special, I promise you.
So yeah, but yeah, lots going on.
Yeah.
Lots of things to talk about today. And
Oh, Jimmy said earlier that ought to be a really good show today if we can get our minds together enough to do it.
yeah,
Right?
and what we can tell and what we can't
Yeah,
tell.
and what we can't.
Right.
Yes.
Right, but a good, still a good day, busy day. We had our friends from Cross Connection
Yes.
Church of God with us today,
Yeah.
who are very faithful and come twice a month, and they served about 130 meals today.
And you know, when they're here, we don't have to be here. They run a
They take care of
smooth
it all.
show. They can handle it all.
They handle
Yeah.
the door, the showers, everything. They bring a good group, and
The
they're very,
mailbox.
very faithful,
all of it.
and we appreciate them.
Yeah.
And all that they do for us,
Yes.
and all the others that do that
Sure.
as well. So
Yeah.
we have so many. I hate to name names because you always
Right.
leave out somebody, and we don't want to leave out anybody.
Right.
But we couldn't do this without all of our partners.
Well, yesterday we had the Mary and Martha group from St. Dominic's Catholic Church. And what's her name? The one who always helps us at the closet.
Renee.
Yeah, Renee's husband. I always call him Lazarus because he always comes and helps the ladies and then leaves. And I was telling them when they were here Monday that our sermon on the weekend was about Mary and Martha, and how that I mentioned that through all of that scripture, poor old Lazarus just sat in the living room and kept his mouth shut, and somebody said, "Smart man." And of course, her husband Lazarus,
Yeah.
they laughed about that.
Yeah, that was good.
It was good. It was
That was
timely. But yeah, we appreciate all the people. We had the Baptist Church from Mount Carmel, Oak Grove.
Oak Grove. Yep.
They were here Friday, and we can't even begin to tell you who our partners are. Ketron Memorial, Lynn Garden. We have them from all over the place.
Let's see. This week coming up, we've got Grace Point Fellowship
Okay.
here in Kingsport. The group of ladies. What is their group's name?
Ladies of Grace.
Ladies
isn't
of
it?
Grace.
Or Daughters,
Daughters of Grace. That's
Daughters
it.
of Grace.
Daughters of Grace.
Yeah.
They will be here this week. So
Yeah.
many people come and
Yeah.
help us out and bless the people, and they receive a blessing for
Yeah.
blessing those who are in need.
But no one ever saw quite what we saw today. They just had left.
Yeah,
They
that's
had all
true.
left.
Thankfully.
Thankfully,
I'm kind of glad.
Thankfully, our
Yeah.
constable was still here.
Yeah.
He had not.
Well, I
left.
don't know. We had a little bit going on this morning.
Did we?
It was kind
Yeah,
of
yeah, that's right.
a one of those full moon mornings.
And we tried
really.
to keep it away from. Well, you know, you try. Well, okay.
We try, we try, but you know when we're working with the realities of
Yeah.
mental illness,
Right.
drug addiction, both.
Yeah.
You know these things happen. There's no way around it. Today was not pleasant.
No.
I will say we had to
Show some tough love, make some hard decisions.
do a few things that we don't necessarily like to do, and that's tell people they need to take a break from here.
Yeah.
And when they cause these kind of issues and mistreat our volunteers with cussing and name calling and getting aggressive,
Throwing rocks. I mean,
and
just-
this, we've had 3 instances today where that has happened.
Yeah.
And it's not a pleasant thing to do.
No, it's not.
I don't like telling somebody that. You know, back in my younger days in the restaurant business, I was always so excited to fire somebody. You know, you're young, you're cocky and arrogant, you're fired, you know. But you know, the first time I ever fired somebody, it stunk. I hated it. And the feeling after. And that's what that reminded me of today.
Yeah.
It's definitely justified, and it has to happen for everyone's safety.
Right.
But it's still, it's not an easy thing to do.
Right. Well, there were several people in jeopardy this morning, and even we've seen 2 people walk out in front of traffic that did not even know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we're just dealing with some
folks, and that, I mean,
issues.
really just going on, like when you say that, that's absolutely what happened.
Yeah.
Like 2 females at separate times walked right out. One walked in front of a car. One walked in front of a big concrete truck. You know, the ones that's spinning all the time. Didn't even look either way, and we're just standing there on the sidewalk watching this.
And she did that in the rage of her rage and screaming and cursing and throwing everything in every direction, and you know, it's just unreal.
Just to give a little backstory on what had happened with that, this is somebody we've known for years.
Yeah.
And actually, this person greeted me at the door this morning when I came in.
Yeah.
Was very kind with, you know, but I could tell that she was having a rough day.
Yeah.
But we are, if you follow us on Facebook, you'll see we're doing a facelift on some of our buildings here on East Sullivan Street. And Tanner was here painting this morning. And this lady had kind of built a little camp around the area where he needed to get to paint. And he had came in, and he didn't want to say anything to her, so he came to us and said, you know, hey,
he was just willing to go on home. And
she's right. He was going to take the day. Right. That's exactly what. And it was not even 12 o'clock, and so he came into us and said, you know, I can't go any further until she moves her stuff. And Dwayne was here with our constable, and we went out just as if we're sitting here talking to you, and said, hey, you know, he's getting ready to paint right here. Can you move? We didn't even tell her to leave. We said, just move your stuff down. And that's
totally ballistic.
I mean, she picked up everything she had, which was a lot of stuff. She's one that carries a lot of things with her, and threw everything down the sidewalk. There was just garbage and food and clothes and everything you can imagine just rolling down the sidewalk.
It was serious enough that our constable that we hire and pay called for backup.
He did.
From Kingsport City, so it wasn't a nice picture.
It was deteriorating quickly. There was nothing that we could do to calm this situation. We tried. Right. We really tried. Yeah. But it was just escalating to a point where somebody was going to get hurt or something was going to get damaged. So, and then she took off when they got here. So we don't know what happened, but you know, we need to remember, and I know we do, but we need to remember to pray for these folks.
We do.
Because you don't know, as much of a nuisance as an issue that this kind of behavior causes, your mind wanders to the backstory of what caused this person to get to that point. Right. Is it just drug use? Is it years of abuse? You don't know, but but still, we're a safe sanctuary. Yes. We're a church above all. Right. And we have to keep everyone safe. And that's exactly what we were doing this morning.
And it just happened to come in threes today.
We had 3 instances today. Yeah.
And you know, loving people has nothing to do with reproving them.
True.
You know. Yeah. And I think everything we did today was in love, with a kind voice, with compassion. But sometimes people only do what people want to do, and we get cursed out for trying to be kind to people, and you know, it escalates to the point that we have no choice.
True. Well, number 2 today, he knew what was coming. He knew what we were going to talk about, and he accepted it and didn't give me any issue and went on his way.
But number 1 and 3.
But 1 and 3 definitely made up for number 2.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is the hard part of ministry. And I know that other ministries that do this type of thing with serving folks who are in these similar situations, I know they deal with the same thing too. Right. But it's not easy.
It's called tough love.
It is tough love. And if you're a parent, you know that tough love is hard. And a lot of these are like our children.
Well, yeah, and the Lord knows our heart. Every one of these, when we have to tell them, you got to take a break, don't come back for X number of days, or don't, whatever. If we received a call that they were in the hospital or they needed us, or I passed them in the ditch on the way home, I would absolutely be the first to stop or to go to see them and to let them know I care. Just because we show tough love doesn't mean we write them off and that we have nothing to do with them. I mean, we love them enough that we try to help them.
Excuse me for this is our constable calling right now.
Okay.
We'll be right. Okay, sorry. So that was kind of regarding some of what happened earlier. But where were we?
Well, we were talking about pulling somebody out of the ditch. No,
yes,
we would. Any of us would be the first to go to those people and help them. But sometimes people have to be willing to own their actions before they get help.
And you know, and there's been many cases over the years where somebody has been banned for whatever reason, and time passes and they come back.
Yeah.
And they, I remember one time. This has been not all that long ago. We have our men's showers here in the building, and someone used the bathroom in the floor of the men's shower. And we confronted him about it. He denied it. And we said, well, when you're the only one that showered, we know it was you. That's a major safety issue for everyone.
Yeah.
So you need to take a break. And then a few days later, he came back and he admitted to it, humbly apologized, and he said these drugs make me do crazy things that I don't even realize. And we've not really had many issues with him since then.
No.
He doesn't come like he used to, but he's still around. That's like this is not necessarily a permanent thing, but for right now, this is what has to happen.
It does.
This is what has to happen, and it is, again, like I said, it's not easy. This is the hardest part for me.
Well, it is
of
difficult.
What we have to do.
Well, Steve was here when all this went down, and I told Steve, and I told Jimmy, I kind of felt a peace about it because, Jesus said, feed the people regardless of who they are. Feed the people if they're hungry. Clothe them if they're naked. But when it comes to criminal activity, threatening people's lives, damaging property, and all of this stuff, then Jesus didn't tell me how to address that. If he did, I missed that part, Jimmy.
Right. Well,
so let the render unto Caesar that which is Caesar. So let the police handle it.
Well, right? I can surely say that with all three of these today, on our part, we handled it with grace.
Yes, we did.
And Constable Dwayne handled it with grace.
Yes, he did.
He was calm. He never raised his voice. And when he realized that it was escalating, he called for extra help.
He gave every opportunity.
He did.
And that's why we hire a constable here 3 days a week. That's why. These guys don't come free of charge. We're glad to pay them for coming. And that's, part of being a good steward, to keep everybody safe. And we cannot allow one person who is deranged to end up hurting a half a dozen people.
True.
So, it's just the way it is.
And during this time, we had our window cleaners here.
Yes, they were.
And he had an apprentice with him working today, who I believe is his son.
Yeah.
Because they look identical. I'm pretty sure it was his younger son. And he asked me, he said, I bet this happens a lot, like when the police came.
Yeah.
And I said, that you'd be surprised. This is an absolute last resort that we go to do this.
Yeah.
It is. And many times when, we had, Friday morning when Oak Grove Baptist was here, we had a gentleman come to the door, and he had been hitting the alcohol pretty hard already that morning, and he was ready to fight. Like, he was literally ready to just knock out the next person who came in front of him, and we had to calm him down. Many times if you just talk with respect.
Yes.
Treat them like they're human.
Talk them down.
You know, you can talk most situations down. Today
was no
the last instance of the day. There was no talking that down. There was nothing we could do.
And there was no talking down the first one.
No,
there was nothing.
Nothing.
Dwayne had worked. Yeah. You know, we did what we could.
And talking about the first one too, this is somebody who we have had much grace with over the years.
Yes.
He's actually broken a door before, cracked the glass, and has thrown stuff at us and cussed and fussed and really created some scenes. And we've given him breaks before, but it's one for me. It's one thing if somebody says it to me and does it to me, but when it's our volunteers. And last Thursday it was at the St. Dominic's Catholic Church. The St. Vincent de Paul group was here, and Miss Jan was working the door, and she is the sweetest lady you could ever meet. And to see somebody treat her that way with such disrespect and abuse, no.
And it was continuing on even until today, almost a week later.
Yes. So but that's the good, bad, and the ugly.
That's the reality of Shades of Grace. And it's, Steve Wells said, you have to be the most patient person I know. But I said, if I do, it's a gift. You know, it's not easy. It's not.
It's not. And I mean, it had to be done.
Yeah.
But it's still hard.
Anyway, let's
talk about something else.
Let's shift gears.
Let's talk about something good.
Let's shift gears.
You know, we got something good to talk about.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, tomorrow is
absolutely.
It is already our Thursday movie matinee for July, which means we're right upon August.
Yes.
And we're going to be playing the film Overcomer. I have not watched it, but I'm very excited to see it.
Yes.
So come join us. Looks like the last one we had, some strong weather came in right before, and I think it dampened the crowd a little bit, but it looks like tomorrow is going to be a very nice day. No chance of anything. It's going to be hot. So we've got some nice, good air conditioning, brand new fans at work. So come in and join us. We're going to have pizza, snacks, cold drinks, all the good stuff.
Popcorn.
I forgot about popcorn.
Don't forget the popcorn.
And we're going to have a good time.
Yes.
I was going through my phone yesterday, and I found a video from the last movie that I had taken, and I forgot about it. And everybody knows Ralph. We talk about Ralph all the time, and he was before the movie the last time I played a concert on TV. I don't know if you noticed that. It was a Michael W. Smith concert from a few years back, and Ralph was really loving the music. And I took a video of him standing there with his popcorn, and he was just dancing and having such a good time. So I'm going to show that too.
There you go.
I love
that.
Ralph.
Could be our preview for the coming attractions.
That would be, that's right. That's right. And so that was good. But it's going to be Overcomer. 2:00. We usually open up about 1:30. Let people come on in and get you a good seat.
Yeah.
And come on in.
Come on in and enjoy it.
Yes.
Safe sanctuary.
Yes, it is.
Something else I wanted to say, Jimmy, you may not, but you had a close call. You want to talk about that?
Yeah.
And we say this for the reason of people who are on East Sullivan Street and Cherokee, the crossroads there by Two Dads. This is, we see people speeding here all the time, and our automobiles have been hit. I know my one car was hit at least 5 times until I started parking behind the building, and our church car was totaled.
Yes.
It was total lost over a year ago. But so that's with vehicles parked. But tell them what happened.
Well, we all park not on the street ever. For that instance, we all park in adjacent parking. But as I was walking Monday evening, I was at the crosswalk waiting for the light to change. And when the light changed for me to go across, I looked, nothing was coming, and I went on my way. And just when I was at the end of the crosswalk on the other side, a car ran the red light coming down Boone Street there at Two Dads Cafe. Flying, ran the red light,
almost a Jeep.
Hit a Jeep. I mean, the Jeep. We were able to go back. This is on video. We were able to go back and watch it. The Jeep, literally hit his brakes so hard the back end came up. They missed, and then that car came so close to hitting me. I carry a bag into like a briefcase kind of bag. it moved from the front to my back.
Yeah.
And you can see that on camera.
And the car did not even slow down.
No. And I turn around, and you see there's people running to me thinking I just got hit by a car.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize the seriousness of it until I watched the video today. I was mad for a minute, and Lord forgive me.
He used some unsanctified language.
Because they had their windows down, and I know that they heard what
I hope
said.
they heard you.
I'm sure they did. And I've already asked God for forgiveness, and He has forgiven me for what I said. But watching that video today, I was like, wow, that's I'm going to play that.
Yeah, we're going to watch this Saturday morning
Yeah.
as a public service announcement, because we have people every Saturday morning that park in that parking lot by the dozens who walk. People walk over that way. It could have easily been one of our older members who maybe,
Yes.
but you were missed by a breeze.
A fraction of an
Yeah.
inch. I mean,
and
like,
the car was going very fast.
very fast, coming down a hill towards me. And like I said, my
Yeah.
bag went from here to all the way around my back. I don't, that's how close I was. So, Lord, thank you, Lord.
So we're very grateful that
yeah.
Jimmy is
Yeah.
okay. And
Yeah.
thank the Lord.
And I really didn't realize that until I went back and watched that this morning of how really close it was. But that could be anybody.
Yeah.
So we just want folks to be careful. We've had instances like this before. I remember one time with a funeral several years ago.
Yes.
It was his mother who had passed.
Yes.
And he was carrying some of the flowers to his car across the street, and a big red truck just about took him out.
Came so close to killing that guy
And
just left his mom's funeral.
And then got out and tried to fight him like he had done something.
He screamed. He dropped the flowers and screamed. Well, the guy in the pickup truck, and we had all this on our cameras.
Yeah.
The guy in the truck laid black marks, made a U-turn on Sullivan Street, and came back down and jumped out. And I don't know, did he have a ball bat or something in his hand? And was ready.
He was ready to fight.
Ready to fight the poor guy who was just putting flowers to take home from his mom's funeral. That happened right in front of Shades of Grace.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't be too careful.
And that was, 4 or 5 years
Yeah,
ago?
probably
I'm
4
sure.
years. Yeah.
And I find that since City Hall has moved here to Church Circle in the old Regions building, the bank building, we have more traffic on Sullivan.
Yeah.
And this street is really not wide enough to have parking on both sides
That's
and
true.
2 lanes of traffic. And of course, people don't. I mean, we hear it every day.
Yeah.
The speed limit is 20 on this street. People got to be going 50.
50, 60 miles an hour,
Coming
and they
through.
gun it just.
And people on the sidewalk just right by. So we just want folks to be careful.
Yeah.
I will definitely be more careful. Even and most of the time, like I take that same crosswalk every evening.
Yeah.
There's never a car that comes up ever, but this is the one time. So,
Yeah.
but we'll show that, and we'll want everybody to
Public service
be
announcement.
careful when you're
Yeah.
out here on Saturday mornings or Wednesday Bible study or whenever it may be. Just be careful because,
Or if you're just downtown.
yeah, you see this stuff on TV about where they're having parades or
We could put you
festivals.
on Facebook, and you may go virtual.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't. This is enough. It's a wake up call,
Yeah.
and I think when you see the video Saturday morning, that will be a wake up call to just pay better attention wherever you are.
Yeah.
And what concerns me, like how people do this.
Yeah.
They're walking and they're doing this and they're not watching where they go, and
Driving the same
we've
way.
been doing that too, So
Yeah.
just pay attention to your surroundings.
Yeah.
This is the PSA, the public service.
Public
announcement.
service announcement. We don't do those very often, but that one is needed.
That is definitely a needed one. So
Yeah.
and but anyhow, great service Saturday morning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We had a good
yes,
time.
we
I
sure
had
did.
fun preaching. If you haven't viewed that Sunday service online Sunday at 4:00, go check it out. Wonder what our numbers are today. Do you have any idea?
Don't
Let me
know.
look.
Take a look and see.
Go ahead and say something
It
while I look
was
it
it
up.
was over 20. It was almost 25,000 the last time I looked.
Okay.
So that's a pretty good audience. I think we had a little over 60 in attendance. And we had a lot of competition this weekend with Fun Fest.
27,800 as of Tuesday, 1:30.
Mm-hmm.
So last week, what did we say, 65,000?
65,000.
Tell them what happened with the district office, Colin.
So,
yesterday.
Yeah, we talk a lot about numbers because we have to keep track of numbers.
Right.
And each year we have to file or fill in a report that goes to our district office.
We're Methodists and we have to be methodical.
Hey, that's right. Okay. So we have to provide all these numbers and keep track of
accountability.
And one of the numbers that they ask for your attendance in worship. And I'm going to bring that up first, too. We have, since COVID, we have increased an average of 10 people each year.
Yes.
Our average last year was 60. And I guarantee you our average this year is going to be closer to 70, if not more.
Yes.
But anyway, that's why we keep track of those things. So we have to keep track of how many watch online. And in 2023, our average for each week, the average, was 1,400 views. In 2024, our average was 14,000 views. So they thought I had made a mistake and added an extra number in there, and they just wanted to call and have me correct it. And I said, no, that's correct. Mm-hmm. It actually went up that much because about mid-2024 is really when we saw the major increase of virtual congregation views. So, and I said, and I'll go ahead and make you aware now, I said 2025 is going to be a whole lot more than 14,000 on an average.
Yes.
That's huge. A big. So they thought it was that can't be right. That little storefront church is breaking. Watch it, an average of 14,000, and I said, hey, a few weeks ago we had 127,000.
Yeah.
What? Yes, we did.
I guarantee you, come next year this time, the numbers are going to be 3,000.
Mm-hmm. And the Will and Jimmy show. I mean, we used to average 12. No, not even that much. I would say maybe 1,000 every week, and we were good with that. Look at last week and see where we're at.
Yeah, for the Will and Jimmy show. Keep talking there, Jimmy. I do a lot of pictures, so it's going to take me a minute.
You're getting close.
Let's see here. We had, let's see, that's Sunday. Let's see. Then we got the Fun Fest Parade.
You're getting there. You're close. Right in there somewhere. There it is.
Let's see. We had 32,400. That was down.
A little bit.
Down. Because the week before was 64,000.
Yep. So that too is increasing.
Yeah.
And thank you. That's what I mean. That's the best I can say to all of you. Because
you hit the share button. You're sharing your faith.
Mm-hmm. And you're interacting with us and commenting with us. So thank you.
Yeah. If you believe what we're doing, if you believe in what we're doing, that is really doing our best to help people and help them grow closer in their faith to the Lord, hit the share button and let others know that.
Right.
Please.
And that's a big part of why we come to you on Wednesday nights with no script at all. We just sit down here and do the best we can to just fill you in on things, the realities of what goes on in this type of ministry. And I know we talk about a lot of maybe things that seem negative, and I really don't try to be negative, but we're just telling you of the struggles of the folks that we minister to. And it just
depends when we're recording what kind of day we've had in the few hours before we sit down behind the camera.
Sure. Yep.
This could have been a glory, hallelujah, praise the Lord all the
absolutely.
way.
And we definitely
but
have
it's been
those.
A hard day.
We definitely have those. We work with people when it seems like their situation is so tough and just impossible that there's nothing, they don't even know where to start. There's nothing that can be done. And we're able to get that process rolling. Working with someone this morning who'd been in prison for 4 years.
Yes.
And had some money owed to him that was coming to him for some work he did. Needed birth certificates, everything to kind of get going, getting started again. And we were able to get that going. And I know that when he came, when I talked to him yesterday, actually right before the car incident, right before I got hit, or almost hit, I talked to him on the sidewalk. And I said, come, he was like, I need this. I don't know what to do. Can you help me? I said, come see me first thing in the morning.
Yeah, Jimmy's not working the midnight shift, so you got to wait till in the morning.
So I said, come see me. And sure enough, he did. He came in this morning, and I could tell he was looking hopeless. He was looking like he was very upset this morning, defeated, tired. He's got a very large hernia in the mid stomach that needs to be operated on soon, and it was really bothering him. And when we were able to get some things, and a lot of times when they sit down with me, I don't know if there is anything that we can do,
right.
And sometimes there's not. But we were able to really scratch the surface today and get some things moving. We were able to call a place that he needed assistance from. We got the nicest, absolutely nicest lady who was willing to bend over backwards to help. And if you all know, I mean, it's not that way everywhere you call.
Right.
A lot of times they try to find a reason not to help you instead of the opposite. But this lady really helped, and that started it off for a very positive, probably hour that we worked together on a few things. And when he left here today, he was in different spirits than when he came in today.
And you were able to spend, I'd say, close to 2 hours
probably
with him today total.
Yeah. And this is not somebody that's easy to work with sometimes. He can be a challenge, but we're getting there. We're taking it one step at a time, and we literally do everything we can to try to help.
He's a person, years ago, before he went to prison, I might as well tell us what we deal with, how people's lives do change. He called here one day, was mad about something. He said, if you'll meet me out back up behind such and such a place, I'm going to show you how the Army trained me, and I'm going to put your face in the dirt. Anyway, not long, just a few days later, I heard that he was in the hospital, and he was paralyzed from his waist down. He was on a ventilator machine, and he didn't even know I was there. I went in and I prayed over him, read some scripture, and I visited him faithfully, even when he came out of the coma. And against all odds, he survived, and then ended up going to prison.
And that might have been the best thing for him, to be honest.
But I've been cursed out by him many times. But now, when he comes in, Pastor Will, how are you today? I mean, you just got to, you can't take this stuff personally. That you cannot take it personally. When we say no, we can't help you. This is not. I mean, this is the policy of Shades of Grace. This is not a personal thing. It's like this is for your benefit. We don't give money because $3 can kill you. Right. It's not being unkind. It's called tough love.
And the ones that receive the tough love today, it's not like we've not worked with them over and over and over and over.
Right.
One of those, it took almost, I think, 8 or 9 months to get his birth certificate. I can say this, that he was adopted, and there was a name change in there. And when you don't know all the information of your mother, father, your adopted mother, father, that kind of stuff, it makes it difficult to get the birth certificate. And I remember us really struggling to get that information, but we did it. But that's probably one of the harder ones that I've worked with. And it's not like we've not. And you know what? I mean, if months down the road, I'm not saying that I wouldn't do it again.
Right. We'll do what is necessary.
But anyway, but today, those kind of things happen, and it's good that because you got to have a little bit of both.
Right.
To keep it going. And but I firmly feel like we act with grace and love. I really try not ever. We're human just like anyone else, and it's easy to let my thing is the little things I let build up.
Little foxes,
and one day I just almost blow up.
And they grow into big foxes.
And
when they're little, they're really cute. You like to pet them, and when they grow up, all of a sudden they'll turn on you and bite you. And you know what, Jimmy? You can tell that this has been it's been a difficult day for you and me, because we tried to move away to a more positive vein, and we run right back. So we're bearing our heart to you. We're confessing our faults to one another, and whether it's a fault of ours or a fault of someone else, we need your prayers, and we want to have wisdom and discernment in what we do. But there, in the midst of that,
Right.
has to be some answers of no.
Right. There are. And then again, it goes back to that we talked about last week, the difference between the needs and the wants.
Right.
And then, too, I think about we all have somebody in our life that we can vent to.
Sure.
When we've had a bad day and we leave Shades of Grace, we have somebody we can vent to. A lot of our folks who come here, we and our volunteers are the people that they vent to.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And it's not that they're coming at us, but that we're the only one that they have
that will
to listen and tell what's going on and let them get that off their chest. And I know for me, that's a very important thing when I'm struggling with something. You talk about it with someone, and then once you're finished talking, it's like, right. I can breathe, I can relieve. It's the same for these folks. Yeah. And we have to remember, it's not personal.
No, it's not.
It's not personal towards us. It's not personal towards our volunteers. But it's just the way that some people deal with things, and we have to remember that. But we're still here. We're willing to help.
We are
willing to do anything that we can. And I really, I love days when we have just success story after success story after success story. But the reality is, that's not every day.
Yeah.
It's not. But there are days when I walk out of here and I'm like, wow. Man, we really see, God at work today. He did this, made this look impossible, and this happened. But God was with us the same today.
Yes.
Because no one got hurt.
Right. And they could have very easily.
Absolutely could have. No one got hurt. Everybody was safe. And as we sit here today, I think everybody has went their separate ways. It's all calm, as far as we know. It's calm and cool on East Sullivan Street. So God does work in those ways too.
And Tanner's out there painting. Tell them
Tanner
about the good facelift we're getting.
Yes. So all three of our buildings here on this side of East Sullivan, we're kind of doing some revamping. They were very dated.
Yeah.
Gosh, how long ago was that? 6-7 years ago?
Yeah, about 7 that we painted. Yeah.
And they were back then the kind of bright.
One of them we'd never touched the one since we've had it.
Which one?
The
clothing closet
next door.
Oh yeah.
Had the orange and green.
I thought Daniel and Lily did that.
Not outside.
That was it. Okay,
no,
so it was
not outside.
Okay,
so they did the counseling.
It was back when the old contrasting bright colors were like the thing. And so we're
maybe at least 2-3 decades ago. That had not been touched. And we're going now with a more contemporary gray and dark gray and white trim, and I think it's looking great.
And the funny thing, I'm going to tell something about Tanner, and I'm sure Tanner wouldn't mind me telling this. Our initial instructions were we're going to paint the wall part the lighter color and the trim the darker color. Well, he got confused and mixed it up and did the trim light and the walls dark, but I'm glad he did because it looks so much better that way.
Well, and that white that's out there, when it was mixed at the paint store, was mixed as gray, but it turned out white.
It's white.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm so thankful. That may have been a mix-up, but it was an inspired mix-up because it's exactly, it's beautiful. I mean, it's just making a big difference.
Well, he had started it. And I went up there and looked at it, and he said, "Is something wrong?" And I said, "Well, we were going to do it the opposite." And he's like, "Oh, well, do you want me to start over?" And I said, "No, go ahead and do this section here, and let's just take a look at it." And as we walked across the street and got a good bird's eye view of it, and you said the same thing. That's perfect.
It's right.
It looks great.
Yeah.
Looks so much better. And then we're going to also be having a little bit of a facelift here on the church building. Our doors are in need of repair.
Right.
The paint, there's probably 10, 12 layers of paint, and it's all faded over the years. And we're going to have some lights put above, have those replaced and such, and just making it look good here.
Yeah.
To be good stewards of the
city.
city.
Outside, what I call it like a marquee almost that goes around. We're going to paint that gray to match the rest of the buildings. And then put new lettering, last lease, lost and lonely. And so all of that's that whole section is going to look like a brand new part of Sullivan Street. It's going to be really beautiful.
It already looks
Yeah,
great,
yeah.
but it's going to continue to look better. Yeah, and we are working on it. We got a few projects going on here in the building. Last week we were in here sweating, burning up.
Yeah.
So we're having some ventilation put in here for air in the summer and heat in the winter. It's something that we can control in here on its own. So that was something.
And Jimmy's
that's
going to get
definitely
some
needed.
more mics for here.
Yes.
So the echoes or the vibration that you may be hearing will be minimized to nothing. So we're still working in progress.
We hope to have those. I'd say we'll have those before next week.
Good.
So, you know, if you ever watch like a professional video podcast, you ever seen they have like the swing mics that come around? Right. We will each have our own mic and can kind of control it. And so that's something that's on the agenda as well.
Right.
Lots of things going on right here at Shades of Grace right now. Lots of projects.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Well, this coming Saturday morning, we'd like to see you down here, 313 East Sullivan Street. We'd love to see you.
We would. We absolutely
And,
would. Bring a friend with you.
Yes.
Bring a neighbor. Bring your old cousin that maybe you don't even like.
Right.
You might like them when you leave.
Right.
Shades
That's
of Grace.
exactly right. Well, you know, like I said, I had a good day preaching.
You did.
Enjoyed it. Had a little bit of laughter and fun. But the thought came to me that if we get close enough to Jesus, Jesus will take the ouch out of grouch. And I told Tim from Cross Connection this morning, also it came to me that if we get close enough to the Lord, we can get the shout out.
Get the shout out. There you go. That's good.
You know, so I'm kind of coming up with some riddles and poems and all this. And if Oscar were here, he'd just say, "Let it go, let it go."
The ouch out of grouch. That was good. That went over good.
Yeah, that just came out of the blue. So
yeah, and I got another question for everybody. Have you been seeing our little reels that we've been posting? Like just little quick 1-minute segments of the Will and Jimmy show or our Saturday morning worship. Our program that we use now this is kind of a new thing, allows us to create those. And it uses AI to select about 8 or 10 different topics. And we've been doing that, posting those separate. Just let us know, have you been seeing those? What you think about those, if we maybe continue to do those. And it's amazing that AI, which we talked about that last week
we did.
with our reports that we had gathered on Shades of Grace and such. But it's amazing how it goes through, like it just scans through the whole hour-long video, and within like 2 or 3 minutes, it's got 10 topics.
So does it pick out the little segments, or do you kind of give the parameter of what's in there?
Excuse me. It gives me 8 to 10 options. And then if there's something particular that I want to, like if I want to go back and do the ouch out of grouch, I can go back and select that. But it gives me 8 to 10 topics. And the 8 to 10 that it gives, it's good.
All right.
I mean, it's really good. I didn't post this on our Shades page. I just posted this on my personal page. I did a trial from the Will and Jimmy show last week. And what was I talking about? Do you remember? Did you see that?
Picture. You said make a humorous picture of
no, but yeah, that's
that was really good. Maybe you could show that. But if you notice, are you going to show that?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah,
Jimmy's going to show this to you, and look how real that AI, artificial intelligence, put all this together. The only thing I found fault with on me, it gave me 2 buck teeth in the front, and I don't have buck teeth.
What I told it to do, I said, create a funny picture from the Will and Jimmy show, and this is what we got. Now, I did edit it just a little bit.
Did you?
Yep. And you'll see.
What, did it have me with pointed ears?
No, it had a shot glass in my hand. You had your arm around me, and I had a shot glass. So I took the shot glass out to make it a little more appropriate. But
that's funny.
But let us know what you think about the reels. And I know what mine was about. It was about limiting time on Facebook.
Yes.
And the phone and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I just posted on my personal page just to see what people. And I got some really good comments about it, saying, "Hey, didn't even know." Someone came up to me after church Saturday morning and said, "Didn't even know you could put a timer on Facebook." Glad to know that, because that's something that can become addictive just like anything else. So, but let us know if you've been watching those and what you think. And I think we'll keep those going, because
that's
it's
great.
something that's not too hard to do. and just getting the word out there.
Right.
The ones that has done for you have been really good. The one about knocking, you did the knock.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, knocking on the door.
Yeah. And about the handle being on handle on the outside. If you look at the picture, there's no handle on the outside.
Had you ever noticed that on that picture of Jesus knocking on the door? Could you go back? There's no handle.
Yeah, but I know the picture that you're referencing too. I remember seeing that, especially in the older, like the family Bibles. Is that what those the large ones? We've got a few of those here. The artwork, I love the artwork in those. That's my favorite thing about. That's why I keep a few of those here. But I never realized that the door handle, you have to be the one to open the door when Jesus is knocking.
Yes,
that's powerful.
It is.
It really is.
Yes,
it sure is. But anyhow,
well, one other thing, Jimmy, and I know I have someone who always tells me you keep interrupting Jimmy too much. I said that's what people love. They like a little bit of yeah. But anyway, Jimmy, what I wanted to mention.
Yes.
I don't think we brought it up last Wednesday because we didn't know all the details, but we want to remember Jill Riggs Rich in the loss of her husband. This is Dr. Joe Smitty.
Okay.
Shall I take it?
Yeah, let's take that. We'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
Taking care of emergencies.
Back to the Rich family.
Yes, we want to remember the family of Daryl Rich, who passed away. Daryl and Jill, members of First Broad Street United Methodist, just around the corner. But they've been so good to Shades of Grace over the years. And we want to remember Jill during this time as she has lost the love of her life. Pray for the family. And also pray for our friend Randy Powers. Did we mention that last week?
I
don't think we did.
No.
His sister Tracy passed away rather unexpectedly last week, and that was only 2 months after their dad passed away. And of course, Randy is a longtime friend of mine and is the manager of Pop's Restaurant since his own father died. So many of you know Pop's, but pray for Randy for the loss of his sister.
Yes.
And for all of the people who have special requests. There's so many, I can't name them all, and I won't attempt to. But if you make a prayer request, God honors that, and God knows that when you make that request.
And we pray for those requests in the comments section of anything that we do online. We do pray for all those requests. We do remember each of you. And we thank you for reaching out to us to be able to pray for you. And that's why we're here. That's why we're here. Well, I think that's about it.
Shall we offer a prayer then for
Absolutely.
everybody?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Lord, we thank you for this day that you have made. And we do rejoice in the midst of it, in spite of the complications and all the struggles that we see going on around us. We thank you that you are a faithful Lord. And we do pray for these who have been named in our hearts today. Many in our congregation have lifted up loved ones, and we've lifted up these here, Jill and Randy. And Lord, just be with us in all that we do. Help us to pray the prayer that you have taught the disciples to pray. And since this is going to be a part of my sermon this coming Saturday morning, I want you to pray it with me now. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Amen.
God bless you, dear friends. Good night. Pray for us. We'll remember you, okay?
We love you. Good night.
Bye.